Show. My name is Ada Nwachukwu. Now the topic that I'm bringing to you today is the one that I know that has been stereotyped. And in order to help me to really bring this, I have a special guest with me. He's also a talk show host, or if you've heard, Congo Sasa. Congo Sasa, he is the main man on Congo Sasa show. So JC Margaret, by the name. JC Margaret, welcome to Tina Talk Show.
Hello.
So he's going to help us to really explore this issue. Yeah, can you introduce yourself a little bit more, please?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my African people. I'm JC Margaret, as Ada just mentioned, African born, and then we are into this Africans village and city life. What is important,
yes,
ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. So what is, if you come closer, yes, yeah, so that the audience will see my main man today. Because it's on Facebook Live, I'm going to make sure that I get him very well. Bear with me, audience. That is it. That is JC Margaret in the house today. Okay, so we want to talk about city life and village life. What is the difference? JC Margaret, the reason why I wanted us to talk about this, welcome to Tina Talk Show, by the way. It's a pleasure having you here.
Yeah. And
I decided we talk about this topic because of the stereotype that is going on, and in regards to people that live in the village and people that live in the city. So there are some few points that we're going to be looking at, okay, today. Now, first of all, what is the difference between my audience, just to make sure that we just want to ensure that every other people have opportunity to tune in and follow us. So we're going to use a few minutes to a few seconds to share this, because it's on Facebook Live. So we're going to share it. So bear with us. So we'll try to invite more people to come on this topic. So that is what JC Margaret is helping out to do.
Right.
Sure. Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Are we there now?
Are we there? Yes,
okay.
we are. That's
okay.
Okay, are you there? Ladies and gentlemen, okay, basically what we're trying to do is, yes, you owe us and we owe you. It's a teamwork, right?
Yeah.
We all have to come together and make sure this is happening, because at the end of the day, we are Africans. We keep criticizing ourselves about, oh, you are from the village. Oh, you are a villager. Oh, I'm from the city. Oh, yeah, the city is better than the village. Oh, yeah, the village is better than the city. Oh, yeah. But at the end of the day, the city is so low by criticism.
Exactly. So we are going to touch on this. First of all, Margaret, we're going to take it step by step. And audience, you are also welcome. We want to see your comment. We want to see what you think, because we try to talk about this topic. Not everyone, on Tina Talk Show is a platform that discusses issues that we don't hear most of the time, or people we don't pay attention to. Now, the first question, JC Margaret, I would like to add to. I know you are still trying to share to make sure everyone
get involved.
Yeah, and you share it, and while we are waiting for them to come, because it's a very important topic. Village life and city life.
Oh, I like my village. Basically, I love my village life.
Are you sharing it?
Yeah, I am sharing it.
No, keep sharing. We want to make sure that everybody sees it.
The thing is, people keep criticizing, oh, you are a villager. Oh, this village boy. Oh, this village girl. What do we get from it?
Exactly. So now we're going to try to understand this. Please, if you find this very interesting, I will encourage you to share. Invite your friends. It's going to be very interactive. I definitely would want you to contribute to be a part of this topic. Village life and city life. Okay, what is the difference between these two cities?
What is the difference? I don't get it, because at least at the end of the day, let me help share. Ladies and gentlemen, please help share, because this is very important. We keep criticizing ourselves and putting ourselves down and saying, oh, you're a village girl. But the village girls are very sexy, they are beautiful in the way, into the village way. Because one thing you got to think about the village girl, I'm going to talk about the village people here, the village women.
Yeah, of course.
Because the village women, they are the women they're enticed to their culture. They are proud of their culture. they are more into their culture, whereby they can abide.
If you face me.
You understand?
Yeah,
they can abide and they can like, I mean, wants to really and truly want to do exactly what the culture taught them from the village. So the moment you get into the city, it's destroyed.
It's destroyed. The culture is destroyed.
The culture is destroyed.
Why is it destroyed? Is it because the system of the city is corrupted or is not good?
Well, the city is
because people in the city, they will tell you that city is much better than the village. No, but first of all, I want to understand why
would the city be important than the village anyway?
That's what some people will tell you that. You know, okay, now in your because I mean audience will also want your opinion. In your view, in your own definition, what is the difference between a city life? What would you say a village life is, and compared to city? What is the difference? Is it the way of life? Is it is it that the village have culture and the city don't have culture? What is the difference?
Well, basically, I would say, to answer your question is, to me, let me start with the village first.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I think the village got more resources than the city.
More resources?
Yeah.
There's a point.
And the village got more productive activities than the city when it comes to culture and traditions.
Okay.
And the village can produce more than the city. Like, for example, now we got to take it back to the days of our moms, our dads. Some of these people came from the village and they came to the city, and we were born in the city.
Yeah.
Right? So you got to think about the human resources of them as being human beings coming from the village. These are people that are very important.
Yeah.
They're not gonna. It's not like they go back home in the village and then some of them they died. They're gone. Rest in peace. They never happened to go back in the villages to pay a homage to the villages, and then they demised. Right? But you have to think about one thing again. They're in the city to make life. The city is where you're going to make life. But how are you going to come to the city and make life? Why wouldn't you stay in the village and make life?
Okay, can I say something there? Yeah. Now, to make a life, it sounds like there's no life in the village. Because for me, there's life in the village. I personally, I mean, I'm sure everyone will have their own different interpretation to the difference. But me personally, the difference between a village and a city, what the difference is that maybe the light or maybe something, the city, maybe more people from different tribe, different region come together to settle in a particular place because is more diverse. Whereas in the village, it's more cultured. It's more, like a one way of life. What the city is more of like different tribes coming together to live as one. That is what I would say. So for me, even whether somebody live in the village, it's just a geographical difference, the location. Okay, this place, when you come to this place, you have like I'm from Nigeria. You come to the city, you see Yoruba there, you see Igbo there, you see Hausa there, you see Fulani there, you see different tribes in the city. Whereas in the village, it's like maybe just I'm from Igbo, maybe just Igbo land, so it's more cultural, it's not too diverse.
So basically, yes. what I'm trying to get from you is it's more central to a specific tribe.
Yeah.
In the particular village that you live in.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So in looking at it that way, for me, it's no difference. City is not better than village, or village is not better than city. It's just a different way of life.
Yeah, sorry to cut you there, my queen. I would say the city is not important than the village.
Yes,
and
no,
not at all. I will insist on that. The reason why I'm saying that, because you measure like I'm saying that, is because the village hasn't got a light. Is it because the village hasn't got motors? Is it because the roads are not paved, are not properly constructed? But this is how it has to do with the government.
But even if you say, sorry to cut, even if you say light, There's light in the village. There's moonlight.
There's a moonlight.
There's moonlight. And there's
And
a what we call a banaka. There's something we call a banaka. You know the lamp. You know lamp.
Yeah, the palamps.
The lamps.
The lamps.
That's light.
Yeah, that's light.
Even the father.
You know, but even when you say the moonlight,
yeah,
that's natural.
That's natural.
That shines the village.
So the village has light.
The village has light. The
Okay,
light gets into your life.
Probably thinking, oh, the light
village gets into your life.
Yeah.
So for you to sit down and say, oh yeah, you are a villager, you're not making no sense. You're not trying to put somebody down. You're trying to disgrace yourself. You're just trying to make yourself big at that particular moment.
People who yeah, exactly.
People who you think they're looking up to you.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people do that because they're thinking that people are looking up to them.
Yeah.
So they seek that campaign from them as a candidate of them being in the city because they got a level that the villagers they ain't got. But we have to remember one thing: without the village, there is no city.
Definitely, because that's where it all began. Anyway, the city, the location called city was once a village.
Thank you.
And the village can also become a city.
The village can also become a city.
Yeah.
But it takes a product. You see, like
the government now, isn't it?
That's where we come from.
Development.
You know, sometimes we don't want to talk because we are in a talk show. We don't want to talk about the government. We don't want to get government involved.
No, I get it. I talk about them. Yeah, I bring the truth, the light.
We have to.
We have to.
Because no matter where are we trying to cut corners, they're still gonna get involved.
Yeah, definitely. We have people who we have chosen to lead us. Yeah. So we have to hold them, to
accountable.
Yes,
accountable. Because you're not gonna say because you got your parliament, you got your administration in the city, but you cannot have an administration in the village. So let's talk about the chieftaincy. Are they not important?
They are important.
It takes a chieftaincy to build up a government. So because now you are in the city, you say it's a government, but you never sees it like it's a chieftaincy. So we're missing out something in Africa that people cannot understand. Because at the end of the day, these people back home, these chieftaincies, the chiefs back home in the villages, they're not just there because they are just ordinary chiefs. They are people that are important, that are trying ruling, guiding, trying to make a difference. But you're not seeing them important, trying to build them
because they're not politicians. We undermine them. We disrespect. We devalue the importance of village. You know, okay, in village we have chiefs, we have kings, we have queens, princesses. You know, we're not looking at the importance of these roles and what they are doing there, and that let's say it's a country of its own, like really, you know, and then we undermine it. We talk down on people who come from there. You know, we want it to be politicians. Yeah. Government. Governors.
We use
presidents.
Basically the word grammar is destroying us.
It's destroying. And it's English word. It's English word. And then we throw away what makes us authentic, the authenticity of who we are. We fling it. Oh, let me go to the city. We have governors. We have senators. We have. They forget in the village.
Good houses.
We have good houses.
We have good cars.
Yeah, good water. And in the village, you know the village stream. The water, the stream.
You just
the stream. You know. The water is so the whatever it, you know, what we find in water.
You wake up in the morning in the village. You cannot hear.
Village is beautiful.
You cannot hear cars.
You know,
long life. There's long life. There's long life in the village.
Exactly. So now that is what we're going to be looking at: the importance of village. Can we dig down on that? Because we need to begin to highlight the importance of where we're coming from, or our origin, or who we are, whether even in diaspora, in the Western world, there's villages. Yeah. There are villages here, you know, and you see some people, you know, that's where they choose to live, because the village, because is undeveloped, or because you don't have certain amenities there, does not make it bad, or does not mean that we have to talk down or undermine its value. Because in the village, you have so much important things there. For example, you know, what I would say is important there is fresh air, clean air. There's a lot of trees to clean the air for us. There's a lot of plants. That's what trees does, clean the air. But we don't have it in the city. Now, another thing, the water we drink from the stream is pure, it's natural. It's got calcium, it's got iron in it. It's got minerals. You understand? Whereas the city one, everything has been dead. It's been killed. It's been recycled with chemicals. And that is why the life, you see the health issues of people living in the city and the village is quite different.
Right. In contrast to what you're saying is, I would say the city is more speedy, more fast than the village.
More fast. Okay.
It's not a lot of things that is in the city that is real.
Fake, illusions.
Illusions. The city is all about making fast money. And the village is all about reserved. The villages are reserved to invest in the city.
Okay.
Right? Because if you look at it this way, there are a lot of people in Africa who got money. They're making a lot of money. Some of this money did not come from the city. It comes from the city, from people who are customers. But the resources doesn't come from the city. It comes from the village.
Exactly. That is another importance.
So you saying, as you measure earlier on, saying that like we're living in a abroad,
in diaspora,
Western world,
call it Western world.
Western world, So you can find that most of these people that got money did not live in the city. They invest in the city. They're in companies, factories.
Because of the multicultural, the diversity that is in there. Different people come. So it's good for investment.
It's good. The city is good for investment.
And then go and live in the village.
Thank you. But the city is good for investment, as you mentioned. But the city does not make the money that you can get from the origin, from where it's coming from. Because it takes the village to put the money in the city so you can come and invest. Without the village, there is no city.
True. I agree with you on that. Without a village, there's no city, because again, a village is where the crude, the natural thing, the produce, is done in the village. And this stereotype thing that when somebody comes from the village, or maybe just say, I need to visit my aunt, my uncle, they'll be like, nah, this village girl,
champion,
this village champion,
this village warrior.
No, but it's so sad. How can they say anything like that? So because come on, that is like you leaving France for Germany. That's what it is. So it's like you leaving one country, one city to another. So if you leave France and you go to Germany, it's two different cities. It does not mean that France, because you come from France, Germany is better, or the France is better. You're just migrating. And again, and I hate when people will say, "Oh, she's from the village. Look at her accent." Excuse me. Her accent of who she is. That is
depressing.
That person is not copying. It's not imitating. So the fact that my accent does not sound like an English person. Hello, I'm not English. I'm not English. I'm Igbo.
It just be natural.
I'm just be authentic. And people will say, why are people stigmatizing somebody who have a natural tongue or natural accent, the way that you are born to speak? The fact that you don't speak phone.
I mean, Cockney.
Cockney English.
Cockney English.
Or America, you don't speak Macmillan English.
This is the people. This is the people. These people have been taken from somewhere in Africa. And imagine this. We're talking about as we measure about slave and the villages and the city. I think before they even took us from Africa, I bet you they did not even take us from the city. The slavery.
Yeah. It's from what we call our city them days. I personally, you see, what we call village, look at it as if it's undeveloped. Listen, before the city began, there was village.
Thank you.
And there's a life there. They live, they have a system.
And do you know people live in the village, they got more long life than people live in the city.
See, they live, man, village life, do you know, sometimes when I travel, I go to a village. I don't stay in the city because diaspora already is a city for me. I go to a village like my father, like blood.
I think we're missing something, you know.
We are.
Africans are missing something whenever we sit down and trying to criticize a brother or sister or saying that, oh, you're a villager, or this village girl, or this village boy, or you talk like a villager. Bro, listen to this. Usa you mama komo? Where your mom from? Where our dad from?
Speak.
Oil, diamonds, gold. Are you gonna get that from the city?
Exactly.
So we're sitting down there and criticize all what we got, and then the white people, can you imagine when they comes, the only thing they want to do, they want to go to the outskirts.
Yeah, that's what I say. If I go to Nigeria,
they
I go to
have
the village,
to go to the outskirts.
I've got nothing to do with this. I don't stay in the city.
That's why you got the landscape.
Yeah, the beauty.
The beauty of Africa is not in the city. Don't fool yourself.
The city hasn't got originality. Yeah, because it has
fake.
been.
It's fake.
It's fake. I said
it's fake.
You know, the city is been. You know, when something is when something is not original. Yeah. You understand? It's been messed up.
We're forcing it.
We're
all forcing the system, because even me now, or you now, if you go back home, to Nigeria, I would go back to Sierra Leone. I go to the city. I have to force myself for people to recognize that what I'm doing or what exactly I'm up to. But if you go to the village, you have to relax.
Yeah, come on.
Why am I forcing myself?
This city is too fast.
It's too fast.
It's too fast.
So, I have to get involved with myself unnecessarily. And to be honest with you, it causes short lives. I believe when you live in the village, you got a longer life than when you live in the city.
Yeah, village is beautiful. Village is beautiful because it's like going back. This is why you see even in Western world, you see people who, after a while, they go to rural area.
When they got money, they're out
you know why? Because you know why? They are going back to reality.
Thank you.
To real self.
And to be honest
nature,
with you,
going back to nature, because city, for me, it's not reality.
It's not.
It's an illusion.
City is like a made development.
It's made up.
It's a made up development.
Yeah.
The village is originally made developed. You can see some birds. All these animals.
They live there.
They got long life than me and you
live here. And we are stressing. Calling somebody who just came back from village.
Look at this villager. I don't get it. If the village was developed, that person would not have been in the city at the first place.
What people are saying from your phone.
Yeah. So trust me, if the village was developed, the city would not have been there that much. Because at the end of the day, we got to think about one thing. Yeah, sister. You see the village? Our moms, I can tell you, up to 80 to 90% that people that lives in the city in Africa, our moms and dads, they come from the village.
Yeah, of course.
So for you to become a model, a dancer, actor, actresses, got skills and talent.
It came from there.
Thank you.
It's originated
so
from
why
there.
we always putting the village down instead of raising the village? Maybe that's one of the points our politicians are missing.
Even when they're elected, they even abandon the village. They don't try to see how good things can be.
Again, we got to think about one thing. Even if they try to pay attention in the villages, because some of these African politicians, they have to put attention to the village that they came from. In Africa, we got a mentality that if you go as a politician or a leader, if you put attention on the village that you come from, you're being tribalist. Right? But to be honest with you, it's not necessarily like you're being tribalistic. Everybody, this is your house. You all make your house. Nobody gonna make your house.
Definitely.
Let's be real.
Definitely.
Let's be real.
Definitely.
You have to make your house first. As we all say, charity begins at home. So as a politician or as a leader, if you don't fix up your house, nobody's going to fix your house for you.
Yeah.
If you don't fix your village, nobody's going to fix your village for you. But the wrong thing our politicians are doing is going to their villages, doing something extraordinary that they don't meant to do, that they cannot do in the next village. getting big houses,
Mm.
yeah, doing their roads, which is just for them.
For that leads to their father's land.
You get me?
Yeah.
That is wrong.
Yeah, very wrong. Very
you
wrong.
have to be generalized. You have to be generalize it. Make sure everybody involved so that everybody can appreciate you for who you are as a leader, not just who you are as a specific person to the place where you was born and raised up from.
I know we've talked about the way people treat people that come from there. Why all this bully that people get bullied because they even my kids, they talk about some people that say, oh, that person just came from there's a word they use to describe somebody who, like maybe people who bring their children over, you know, to study, and then they say they speak like they've got accent, or they've from the like they've been shipped down to hear that, you know, to diaspora, and the way they speak is very funny, you know, and for me, I think that has to stop. You know, why the bully? What is it?
Well, in contrast to that, the kids are here. They don't have to be blamed for it, because it's like we back home. Right? It's like we back home. When we are back home, we stick to our native languages. We do our native things just the way we want to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the bigger picture about this is because people are looking at abroad and overseas like it's a priority. So everything that comes from here is gonna be a question about it. So let's put it this way. Let's twist it. What if this place was like Africa?
Exactly. If this place were to be Africa.
Yeah. So what would they say about Africa? You know, it's just about a mentality of a development where when you are underdeveloped, yeah, you cannot get to where you go. If Africa was busy 24/7, people will not be saying what they're saying. Because everybody got things to do and they have to go and get them done.
I think it's about time that we start to value our originality, you know, whether it be it village, because that's where we come from. Your village where you come from, the fact that there's no car there, there's nobody, maybe there's no, you know, just so to say, there's no Lamborghini riding on the road. Yeah. The fact that your village, the road is not constructed, is footpath, yeah, does not mean the one that is constructed is much better than the one that is footpath. It doesn't mean it's different. It just means two different places, two different locations. You understand? And we don't have to undermine village, because before that city was created, it was once footpath. Before that road was created, it was once footpath. So this idea that when you come from the place that is walked, where the roads are footpaths, you know, and people bullying people to say, oh, this person is from the village, this person hasn't got sense. No. This is why when I hear people say, oh, you know, my mom didn't go to school. My mom, I've heard somebody say, my mom is an illiterate, she didn't go to school. I say, excuse me. What do you mean your mom, you know, not villager now? My mom is, you know, she lives in the village, she can't read and write.
Hold on 1 second.
You know?
She's not trying to say it where about she can get her mom compassion. She's trying to say that way about like maybe pulling her mom or putting her mom down, something like that.
No, this is what I've heard people say.
But yeah, sometimes it's not what you said, it's how you saying it.
Yeah, no, try to say, oh, that in a way that the mom is not smart. You understand? Like, oh, you know, my mom didn't go to school, so she doesn't know how to read and write. Like putting that down. And then I said, excuse me, don't say that. I said, your mom is as smart as somebody who is going to school to so-called education. I said, can your mom speak your language? So of course, but she can't speak English. Now says,
no.
Wait, no, wait. And I said, your mom can speak her language, yeah? But she can't speak English. That's okay, listen to this now. I said, can a white man speak your language?
That's a good one.
Yes, I said, can a white
That's
person,
a good one.
can an Englishman speak your language that your mother speaks? So why don't you? Why is it that we don't think that a white man who doesn't speak our language is an illiterate?
Thank you. Oh,
understand? Why don't we say, I am a German man that cannot speak Igbo language? Why can't we see them as illiterate
because
too?
they are white.
You understand? So now I said to this man, I said, listen, your mother can speak her language. She learned it from her parents. That makes her smart already.
Yep.
I said, is your mother what does she do for a living? She said, she trades. I said, listen, she didn't go to the so-called school to learn ABCD. But this woman, she's smart. She calculates. She know how to calculate her money. She know when you cheat her. She know how to make her.
She know when you are hungry.
I said, what is the difference?
She know when you are starving.
I said, what is illiterate and literate?
Okay.
What is the difference? I said, somebody who is smart, your mother can speak her own language. You don't need to speak French to be literate.
No.
You don't need to speak English to be literate. Excuse me, please. We need to
people
to value.
Please say something about
our
it.
Authenticity.
Because I don't understand why Africans try to belittle themselves down.
And then I said,
English.
I said, English is another man's language. For God's sake, hello. The fact that I don't speak German doesn't make me an illiterate.
No.
But hear this.
But hold on.
But hear this. When somebody's mother, yeah, or let me say it this way, even the English people, we go to German, to Deutschland, a German person that does not speak English, the Englishman even still criticize them. Oh, they can't even speak English, they are illiterate.
And the German can even criticize them, you can't even speak German.
That they can't speak German, you see. So exactly, so that's why I said to him, I said, listen, your mother, she's literate, she's not illiterate. Your mother can speak her language. Your mother can communicate. Your mother can trade. So your mother built a house. Your mother is successful. Excuse me, the fact that she doesn't speak French does not make her an illiterate.
It's not her language.
You now see me see trouble.
See wahala. Why people we putting
ourselves
in a
down?
situation where we don't belong?
Exactly.
Is it because of our complexion? You know one thing? I'm sorry to say this, African people, but in Africa we don't respect our complexion.
Which is sad.
I don't know if it's because of poverty.
It's mentality.
I think it's poverty.
Because Africa is not poor.
No, Africa is not poor, but the human beings, we are.
Yeah.
It's the reason why we put ourselves down.
Africa, we are not poor. It's the mentality that we have. And where is that mentality coming from? I believe the mentality is coming from what we've been opposed on. You know, these white people, they come across as they are superior.
Ada,
so
to
now,
be honest with you, I'm sorry to call you that, but I don't like when we always blaming the white people. We've been blaming these white people for a very long time. It's about time now.
That we should wake up.
We should wake
up.
When are we gonna wake up?
I smell the coffee.
When are we gonna wake up? When are we gonna
that is in our own hand.
This is we now.
You are so right on
For example now, we got coronavirus. They're trying to get a cure for it. In Africa, we're not trying to do nothing
about it. But how do we know that though?
But you can tell we are born Africans. You're from Nigeria.
No. How do you know that the Africans are not doing something to prevention?
There's no way. We don't have the labs.
Which are labs? No, okay. See, there was one guy. There was one video I watched here.
Yeah.
The guy is a comedian. Say that Ebola left to all the borders, left China, want to come to Nigeria. That didn't Ebola ask question before he start coming, cross all the borders, take the flight and come there. That even though we have the equipment and all the people have the equipment, he said, but we know that alcohol can kill it.
One of our wife
can kill it. You know what that means for me? It means that even though we might not have all this equipment, like all these people are running around making equipment, but we have natural remedies. Salt can kill it. Alcohol, like, you understand, like something that is very acidic, something that is very you understand, can deal with it.
You know what I would say about all these viruses that is like imposed on we Africans. I think I'm not pointing fingers on the white Asians or any other person. But if Africa was developed, trust me, even cancer, we can cure cancer.
I believe so. I believe so.
AIDS, we can cure AIDS in Africa.
I believe so.
We are underdeveloped. Our healthcare
But
facility.
why? What is holding
That's what
us
I'm saying is our healthcare facility. We got lives out there.
That is why we need to change
we got forests.
that we are not good enough.
We got forests. This is why
we are good enough.
Ada, let me. Sorry to cut you, darling. I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay.
Right? That's what we are saying there. When we keep criticizing the village, we're not making good for ourselves. Because you cannot get a cure in the city.
Exactly. It is the cure is in the herbs. It's in the nature. It's there. You know, and then you know the another funny thing, yeah? If somebody is sick now, yeah, and you say, oh, let them take the person to the village. Native doctor.
Oh, that's what you will see. Everybody got fit. No, stay there. Everybody got fit, and that's the last result. Let's be honest. African people, let's be honest.
Native doctors is the same as English doctor. Native doctor means native herbs. A herbalist. You know what a herbalist is? A herbalist is like when you say somebody is a physician, or somebody is study virology. You know, somebody who, so that we have herbalists, people who understand leaves, herbs, what it's for. You see, the way we're running away from herbs, from herbalists. We call them native doctors. Your traditional doctor will run away from them because we want to go to the city. We believe in the city medicine. Everything is, people are writing stuff. You know, so they are medicine in the natural.
No, but the thing, let's put it this way. Let's don't go cut around corners. They are important.
What? What's it?
The herbalist, native
they're important now.
Important.
Okay, look at weed, for example. Yeah, they use it for medicine
now,
in the city.
CBD.
In the city, yeah.
Now when you go, CBD.
And you know, so it's plants. And where is this plant from? You don't grow it. You know, guys want to let people to see that the village is important. There's nothing.
African people in the village is number one. We have to begin to
recognize that village is very important.
And we have to stop telling people that you're a villager or you are a village woman or you're not helping. You're just looking yourself like an. I mean, you're funny.
Somebody from the village is actually more authentic.
Yeah.
More real than somebody in the city. Because city, you have a fake. If it's in terms of women, the way women dress, everything. Fake eyelash. Fake fake hair, fake this, fake. But in the village, it's more pure. Do you know the food in the village?
Okay.
Do you know if I go to village? Oh my God! I walk with my feet. I want to feel the soil of my father, this original soil that is not polluted with what they call it, this corota. What is they used to do the ground? I'm just being real. I'm just being me today, okay?
Okay, can you read somebody just say something in the group that says,
okay.
You are absolutely correct. Africans don't value their culture and ethnics of their origins and philosophy, rather copying European styles of living.
Which is what is killing us.
We the Europeans, developed our perceptions. Our perceptions about life that makes us to believe that Jesus is a white man.
That Jesus is a white man.
Did you read that?
You see, that was what I was trying to. It's okay. You've read it. That was what I was trying to say to you. That is the mindset that has come along the way.
Okay, can I ask you a question? Did Jesus ever mention anything about the villages?
No, he never did.
Because I don't know about the Bible.
Yeah.
Because what
he never did.
What Fred Aswari is saying is he's talking about Africans connecting with ourselves, our origin, our belief. Than trying to get into a mindset of the white man believes.
Yeah.
Jesus, I don't know if Jesus is a city guy.
No.
Oh, Jesus.
No, I don't think Jesus was where he is or was a city any of those.
I don't know.
All I know, he was a traveler. So he moved from place to place. So which means it does not really matter. It does not really matter to him. It does not really matter to him.
Brother and sisters, we lead our village, man.
We need our village. Village is very important, you know.
Yeah.
Everything in the village.
Because,
we need to begin to understand that village is more real.
We got to address what
City
Fred
is
says,
fake.
yeah? What Fred says is very important.
Okay, let me see.
I agree with him 100%. I'm down with him. Fred,
Yeah,
thank you very much, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you. You are on point because at the end of the day,
valid our perception.
I mean, how many amen and amen we've been saying, and all this amen and amen is in the city. There's no amen and amen in the village, you know. But when you go to the village, you got more long life that you can live than when you're in the city.
And there's no more. What do you say? There's no a and amen.
No, yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. But yet they live longer. Healthier. Than the city that scream amen.
Amen.
Begin to pray. Begin to pray.
I don't get this.
Begin to pray. They are the one. Okay, now that we're touching on this one, look at the coronavirus now going on. The people in the city, they are praying prayer. While the ones in the village are looking for herbs.
And now the one in the village, they don't even have time for this.
They don't have time. Because they're like, what? Is it bat? They'll say, oh, the sickness from bat.
These people in the village.
They know the medicine.
See,
that
they know
bat.
the medicine.
They know the medicine. But the city don't have it.
They don't have it.
They're running around looking for... telling everybody to sanitize themselves.
And the village people, because what they're saying is... the coronavirus come from a snake and a bat. But the villagers
have the medicine for
play with these things. If a snake bites you, they know where to stop that.
Not poison. Sanitizer.
No, they don't need sanitizer. What's in a sanitizer?
They don't just say wash your hand 10 times. They go and flush. They go to the village.
They go to the village.
Bring leaf.
No, let's be honest. The village is the last resort.
Oh my God.
Village is always the last resort.
We're going to go back to village.
That's where it came from.
That's where
I wasn't born in the village, but to be honest with you, 110%. I respect the village more than the city.
A lot. It's more preserved. It's more natural.
If you can get most beautiful queens, it's in the village. There. If you can get somebody that can talk to you that you want to listen to, it's in the village.
Unpolluted. Undiluted.
When you are in the village, you can sleep comfortably.
There's no wow. This is siren pushing everywhere. Okay, now that we Fred Osawaro, Suleiman, thank you so much for joining. He said he's watching. Yes, you let us look at this. Let us just drift a little bit into this corona thing, because we're looking at it. It's one of the things. And before I say anything about that, our heart goes to all the people who have lost their life in this this epidemic thing going on, coronavirus, and those people who have been asked to isolate themselves or going through it. My heart goes to all of them, and for those of us who are we are very scared, my heart goes to everybody. But you see, another thing I want us to look at this. Now, we Fred or someone mentioned about Jesus now. Where is all these Christians now? Where is all this their faith?
Okay.
Now,
are you asking me?
Yes. Where is their faith? You know why I said so? Because why ask this question? Before the coronavirus came, in any situation they go, oh, let us plead the blood of Jesus. Oh, the anointing, the anointing in the blood of Jesus. We plead it over situations.
Okay.
Every situation. Now, coronavirus has come. Where is the blood of Jesus now?
You know what I was saying?
Where is the anointing now? So can you imagine even inside the church?
You go yourself into a big situation.
Even in the church, you go into the church now, people pray and they start to sanitize themselves. So where is that? Jesus Christ never did a thing like that.
Where's the anointing oil?
And where's the anointing oil? Why is the sanitizer they are using now in church? I'm asking this question.
Hello?
people that you call yourself Christians, yeah. I don't want to touch on this because it's a big thing. But I'm gonna.
It's not funny, but I have to laugh about it.
No, it's very funny because
where is the anointing oil?
Now, this is maybe let's just assume in a second that God just want to test your faith, right? Everybody's running around with sanitizer. It's finished. It's even finished.
But the anointing oil is still there.
Now. My question is, all you that are judging people who you think are not born again or that have not given their life to Christ or they are not Christians, they are not coming to the so-called place you call church. You bully them, you judge them. Now you that is all this, why are you using sanitizer inside the church? And why, if you are a pastor, how come? Where is the blood of Jesus? Where is the anointing or anointing oil as we call it? Why sanitizer inside the house of God? You see, what this has shown...
Ladies and gentlemen, please just drop your comments so we can learn from you, because we all want to learn about this coronavirus.
You understand? So why are we... So when we understand this, we will see that there's no need to judge somebody. There's no need to criticize, to say somebody is not a Christian, somebody is a Christian, this one is not born again. Because at the end of the day, we are all on a race. This has really shown me, my brother, that this thing about people judging, Christians judging the people that are so-called unbelievers, it has to stop. If you are in a church where your pastor, say, oh, the government, is the government more powerful than God? So if the miracle, now listen to this, if the miracle that we're talking about, miracle, because some pastors have really preached to people that in order for you to succeed in life, you need a miracle. So people don't believe, most people don't believe in hard work. They believe in miracle, right?
What's the miracle?
Miracle is when you did expect something and it happened. When nothing just happened, you need to put effort in everything in order for it to manifest. You cannot see a vision and sit there and not work towards it for it to manifest. So now, if you say miracle, now why is it that now Corona has come?
Yeah.
Nobody believed in that miracle. So who is deceiving? Who has been deceiving who?
Yeah.
You are in a church. Jesus Christ sat with leprosy, with somebody with leprosy.
Yeah.
So Jesus Christ sat with people that you think, why is he sitting with this kind of people? He will catch this disease. Where is the love? How can you call me a fellow Christian? How can you call me your sister? And we are in the house of God called church. If that is really, can't you now see that the place you call the house of God is not the house of God? Because God is inside of you, it's not in your church. If your church is using sanitizer in the church, that is a typical example to tell that the miracle does not happen inside the church. It happens within you.
You cannot, to be honest with you, I don't know if, I don't even know what the word to say. If you can say that it's not happening.
What's not happening?
The miracle is not happening.
Miracle does not only take place, it does not even take place in the church, in the so-called church. Miracle takes place inside of you. You understand? Right. And for miracle to take place, there has to be some activation inside of you. Now, what is miracle? Miracle is that happens unexpectedly. Not unexpectedly because you're not doing anything. It's something that happens when you put an effort in something. Because nothing can materialize without you. Before a plant comes up, you understand? Yeah. The farmer will put a crop there, will put a plant. Right. Then the miracle takes place. Right. You understand? If you put corn on the ground, you understand? So what you know as a human being is that you put corn there. You put maize there, you put granite, whatever it is on the ground. But the miracle is the activation that God himself now will do to make it to happen. But you have to put something there first. So my question is, why are you sanitizing yourself in the house of God? You're in the place you call house of God. You are using sanitizer. Where is the blood of Jesus then? So you people have undermined the blood of Jesus. So it does not cure corona. Corona is more powerful. So where is the anointing oil now? I'm asking you Christians. Where are the anointing?
Anyway, we got a brother here, which is Musa Ilasu, and he's saying hi. He says he's watching from Somalia. I don't know where that is.
Okay, hello, hi.
So basically, what we're trying to say is, brother, thank you for getting to us, and we really and truly appreciate you. We are all Africans, and I guess you are, or as black as we are. And basically, the topic today is all about the village and the city. But again, we go realize that Corona is involved because I bet you there are a lot of people in the city who get caught up with Corona, but there are people in the village.
They don't, you understand? So again, we go back to the village life and the city life.
You see?
You understand? So the villagers, the people in the village, they're not even worrying about. It's like a foreign language to them. What is Corona?
With the grammar, when they come with the grammar, they can't.
What is Corona? Corona what?
Corona. If you Corona.
Corona. You see, this is why if they in the news, you see that it's just recent. They keep saying, it took a while before they say it was in Africa.
Yeah.
Because Africa's what
and we never had anybody from Africa that passed away.
And they call us village. You see, the Western world think we don't have anything, we don't know anything, and we are the one that is not even suffering it. You understand? In UK now, I think about going to almost 500 or something people have been diagnosed with the coronavirus, but we are still yet to hear many from Africa. I think somebody was telling me last week that one person from England, not from village or from city. So,
villagers, we are strong. Hey, yo, if you're from the village, man, come on. If you love the village, come on, man. Like our page, like it, like and share, please, people, like and share. So villagers, all for the villages. Man.
So now,
I wasn't born in the village anyway, but if you are proud to be a villager, your mom and your dad represents. Please like and share. Call your friends in. Let's do this.
So now, the guy was telling me that they just detected one in Jamaica. One person, and the person left city, then UK. Yeah, because in the diaspora in Western world they think Africans are bush now.
Yes.
Yes. You understand? They think we are villagers. We don't know any. That's why when we come from there.
No, but it's
they
not.
think we are bush.
They don't think we are villagers.
You understand?
You see, when somebody's trying to put you in a situation where they think you are, they know the reason why you are there. They just sometimes just want to put you there and take you and feel that they can take you. You have to take yourself out there because you don't belong there. But you have to be there to be greater. There's
a mindset, isn't it?
It's a mindset.
That you have to be in the city.
It's a provocation.
Yeah.
They're trying to mock you.
Yeah.
Out of something that you are great as. Because say for example, like, you are a good presenter, you're a good host. Yeah. Somebody will say, oh, that you're your host. Yes, I'm a your host, but I'm still there.
But I'm still there.
So you don't have to, because they say you are a host, you don't have to say that, oh, I'm not a yeah. So what? No, you have to be there. Because at the end of the day, they're provoking you for you to get out of there. Because they can see greatness in you.
Yeah. So what you do, continue to be there.
Continue to be
African.
Thank you.
Continue to be a villager. Yes, so.
Yes, so.
Exactly.
You have to be a villager. Okay, the brother here just said something.
I get your point.
This brother Fred just said something either. So our African people, to be honest with you, being an African is not just you being a city person. You being an African in the village is more important than you being an African from the city. We have to stop provoking ourselves, mocking ourselves. Oh, you are a villager, this village girl, this village boy. It doesn't make no sense. Because the last time I checked, the people that got money, the rich people that got money in Europe, they don't live in the city, brother. They don't live in the city, my sister. They are in the outskirts. And I can tell you, you can get a cheap land in the village built. You can get a paradise in the village, but you can never ever
get paradise in the city. That's the big advantage of
you
the
can
village.
never ever.
So Fred Osawari want a bit of touch on it. He touched on he said most pastors are saying that, hold on, let me read it to audience. I'm sure people are reading it, so also saying God is punishing the world. Yeah, I've also heard that, Mr. Osawari. Thank you for this contribution. That I've also heard people, somebody has actually called me to say that he thinks that by now people will begin to appreciate God and go closer to God, because this is God's way of punishing the world for not obeying his words. Now, you see, that's for me again, because this is what pastors are preaching around, and for you see, for me, it's just a way for them to get people to keep coming to them. Okay, now I'm gonna make this a very simple thing like this. Just imagine a parent, a father, yeah. Why would you, because your child disobey you, who as a parent would, because your child disobey you, yeah, destroy them or kill them, make them to be sick? The food you prepare for them, you poison it. Who would do that? If the person is really somebody that is sane and somebody that love their children, who would want to poison their own children? Why would somebody say that that this virus is caused by God? Why? It's a way now they want to use it to their advantage. You see, this is what God is saying. People are not giving their life to Christ. People are not coming to church. You have to keep coming to church, otherwise this coronavirus will attack you. Can you imagine that? Welcome back, my audience. If you're just tuning in, this is JC Magat, the main boss of Congo Sasa, a Sierra Leonean talk show. Yes, so people as pastors are preaching that coronavirus is an illness, it's a virus caused by God to punish the world.
Well, again, it depends, because we live in a race, right? In a world of a race where we got black, white, Asians, and that. How many white pastors have said that? How many black pastors have said that? Because to me, sometimes people misinterpret the Bible. I'm not against religion. Yeah, I'm an African, typical African. Yeah, I was born and raised up in a Muslim home, but I don't practice my 5 daily prayer. Which for some reason, when I was back home in Africa, I used to. But since I came to abroad, I just cut that down. Right? That is a personal reason, which to me, since I came to this country, London, I've never seen an Arab or an Islamic person share love to me. So I have a question with me and Allah, face to face. That is between when I'm dead. If he is Allah, is gonna be there. I have that question. Is it because of I'm not from the Islamic world, or is it because I'm an African? So I have to stick with my African people for now, until further notice, which till I'm dead. That is my further notice. So now, if you talk about the coronavirus, saying that it's the way God, blah, 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 I think, to be honest with you, Africans pastors, the black pastors, they are doing too much.
Yeah, I agree. They are doing too much, assuming too much.
They're thinking because of poverty is posed on the human beings itself. Not that Africa is not poor. No. Don't get this wrong. Africa itself, the land itself. Nobody can bless Africa. You can never bless Africa. We got oil, we got gold, we got diamond, we got everything. Yeah. Nobody can bless Africa. Yeah. So why would somebody bless you individual and you believe in it?
Exactly. Called pastors, right?
Yeah.
You know? And again, why would pastors think, what is it that we are not doing right that makes them to think that God is punishing us? Is it because if you go and ask this narrow-minded people,
can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question, please, my queen? Would they say that to a white man?
That
God is punishing them?
No, I don't. Exactly. Exactly. And the only people that would preach
would they say that to the white man?
No, that I think God is sending a missile. A missile.
To punish them. Because they are all developed, so they don't have to say it to them. They don't, even if the white man is poor, is a beggar. I can tell you one thing, sister. You see the homeless white man on the road. If we take that homeless white man, get to Primark, cleanse him, give him some clothing, give him some 4-5 verses of the Bible, quotations, and take him to Africa. This pastor will never say that he is being cursed. These are the pastors we sit down and bow. Even what he said, they will bow and they worship him. You know why? Because of the complexion of his skin.
That's the mentality.
I don't believe it. Brother, you are right, man. This brother is right. I'm down with him.
You know, and again, he mentioned that there are more things that is even, that even some, why you know, okay, look at this. For me, everybody is running around, you know, coronavirus, washing your hand, clean, disinfectant the whole place, da. What about bad energy? What about bad people?
So why would people have not been doing this since? What happened? Why people have not been doing this since?
Like
washing your hands, tidy up, cleaning up.
Why is it now? Exactly.
Okay,
and again,
one second.
Coronavirus, why is it the most thing now that everybody's running about? What about running away from other things, like some negative behaviors, or like all these people killing themselves, like stabbing? Why are people not running away from such attitudes, such beliefs, such things? Why is it?
Is it because the coronavirus is invisible?
Or what about toxic relationships? Why are people not into it like that, to run away from it?
This is something that, I mean,
it's a personal thing.
It's personal things that we admit it. We take a loyalty out of it, and it's coming back to us.
Yeah, and it depends on your decision. You can choose to be in a toxic relationship.
If you compare coronavirus and malaria, then I can have an argument about it. Because in Africa, malaria, right? Basically, we deal with so
Musa,
many.
thank you for joining.
We deal with so many things in Africa when it comes to malaria, and African people can stand malaria. So let's think about it this way, right? Coronavirus, is, I won't say it won't affect black people. It will affect black people.
Yeah.
But we are not 100% that it's gonna be affecting us. So if I can resend it back or do the collision with malaria and coronavirus, it's like we stand more chance to live in coronavirus.
It's
because malaria, if we can stand malaria, malaria is let's be honest.
It's a very strong thing. It kills. Malaria kills. But Africans we
succeeded.
survive.
So now, if Africa was clean enough and developed enough, there would never be a malaria. Malaria wouldn't be our problem. Malaria don't kill us in Africa because the reason why I would say it kills, but the reason why I'm saying that malaria don't kill us in Africa is because of we are underdeveloped. We don't have like where we go, people cleaning the roads, sanitizing the roads. You know, you got a specific people who come and take your rubbish out, because malaria is just like this Coke now. If I put it this year, it stays there for like 5-6 weeks. I mean, what is going to come on that's going to cause malaria? What is going to come on it, right? It's malaria. So it's all about dirty places sticks together. That's what causes malaria. So if coronavirus is from snake, and our African people, when a snake bites you, you can cure it within a seconds. A bats, because coronavirus is from snakes and bats. And bats in Africa, we don't even count these bats.
Snake will bite us in Africa. They will just suck it out. You know,
you got people that use their mouth.
In the suck it out. Suck it out, the virus out, the venom out, and then they'll get some leaf and just put it there. That is what they're running around here.
That's what I said. That's what I said to you. You see the cancer.
Like I said,
cancer. We can.
My heart goes to people who are really suffering it.
It's
sad. It's an unfortunate situation. I'm not going to say I'm not worried about it. I'm worried about it. Why? Because I'm in the city. Maybe if I was in a village.
No, you won't be worried.
Maybe I won't be worried.
You go get what is it called?
I'm finding leaf.
You go get bushmeat. I get bushmeat. I get palm wine.
And then start to drink and
say forget the city people.
So because I'm in the city, because I'm in the city, I'm very worried because my immune system has reduced. You know, all this clean. That is again this reason why we decided to talk about the importance of villages, because the city is so clean that all the good bacteria has been destroyed. And this is why our immune system has reduced, and that is why this thing has even common cold do kill people in the city, in the Western world. You know, it kills a lot. Common cold, just ordinary cold. You see people, the doctors keep saying, take flu jab,
yeah,
flu
but
jab, flu jab.
The
because it destroys.
coronavirus is about a cold. When it cold. Snoring.
Exactly. So and the reason why the virus
in Africa is hot.
It's hot. You understand? Yeah. So we sweat this out.
The holy cold weather we're going to have is Hamatan.
Even the Hamatan is hot too. Even no.
Now white they
don't skin white now.
I don't know where that white they come from.
No, they say during Hamatan that's why you got beautiful girls because their skin.
Forget that one.
Leaves will crack. Leaves will crack.
And imagine even in Hamatan, we got something that can. I mean, we can rub.
Yes, now this pomade, palm kernel is very good.
Madoni.
You know,
black soap.
Shea butter,
shea
butter, coconut oil.
You know, you see, in Africa, let's be honest.
Village is good, eh?
Let's be honest. Why we keep crying down the village? Why you keep putting down the village?
I don't know.
What's wrong with you, brother?
Sad, man.
You're not helping.
It's sad.
The village got resources. Without the village, there is no city.
Everything comes from there.
Why Jesus never visit the village, sir?
Jesus was everywhere. He visited village.
He no go na my village, Kabbalah.
Now he go.
Chris.
Jesus don't go your village.
He don't go my village.
He came. He was in my village.
Which village?
Who told? I said no.
Which your village?
Who told you?
Hey, tell me your village. You know, ladies and gentlemen, to be honest with you, yeah. We have to make sure we put everything into practice. Yeah. For you to become an African, it's not just because of you was born in the city. That does not make you an African. You're just trying to defend yourself because of an argument. But when you want to go deeply, you have to go to the village. Because when it's tourists, like for example now in Gambia, when the tourists in Gambia, they goes to Gambia, they mostly wants to get the men from the villages. And you know what? They always see the men from the villages, they are desperate and they are dumb.
Oh wow. It's so sad. We should stop, ladies and gentlemen, we should stop talking down on our authenticity, on our natural self.
It's underdevelopment. That's
you know
our leaders don't pay attention in the villages.
See, we don't even want
Let's be honest.
If you ask me, I don't even want the village. I don't even want the village to be taught.
Okay, can I ask you a question? In Nigeria, I want you to tell me which village that got the most sophisticated infrastructure.
I don't know. I left.
There we go.
You know, see, do you know, when we say underdevelopment, we need to be careful how we use that underdevelopment. You know why? Because it still goes to, it sounds as though a village is not developed. What is development? If you can exist.
Okay.
Hold on. Because when we use the word village is undeveloped, don't forget we are looking at the benefit and the authenticity of village. Okay. So village have a life, they have way of life.
Okay, Ada, let me ask you. Hold on.
They have their food.
You don't have to give me my question. You don't have to give me my answer. You're giving me the answer to your question. So what am I going to say? So you asked me, right?
Yes.
So let me give you my answer. Okay. If I got it wrong, and then you can correct me from what you're saying.
Yeah.
So basically, the village, right? When we talk about underdevelopment, that the village is underdevelopment.
Okay.
In the Western world, because we got two ways that we can assess the village and the city in development.
Okay.
Yeah. The village is underdeveloped because the village don't have good roads. But we're talking about African mentality, not European mentality or overseas mentality, American mentality, whereby the roads are good, paved, and you can drive your cars and whatever, right? But in Africa, when we talk about underdevelopment of the village, that means we don't have good roads, 24 hours electricity, good internet facility, and then we don't have who's that?
Sorry, I'm reading so much.
That's funny.
Sorry. Very interesting.
So we don't have we can get into our family members as soon as possible. We don't have helicopters going up and down. We don't have a proper celebrity that can go to the villages and come back to the city. just underdevelopment in African mentality.
Yeah,
But that is the city. That's where the city is developed than the village.
Yeah.
But when we look at the village is more important and more developed than the city, we got to think about the resources.
Yeah.
Just maybe that is the reason. And maybe it sounds stupid, but just maybe that's the reason why our leaders, even though they're not doing it in the city, they don't want to develop the village, because they think that if they go and if they went there and do the roads, do everything, we're not going to be able to mine our gold, diamonds, oil, bauxite, and all this cocoa and everything, and gold. Because basically they're going to pave the way and there's no way we can mine. But to be honest with you, that is a stupid mentality, right? But as I'm saying is, the reason why I choose the city more developed than the village, because in the village you can relax.
You can,
Long life is better than you having a rush life in the city that you're not going to live for long.
Yeah.
In the village, you don't need a medical facility because in the city there's no medical facility anyway. But in the village you can have a herbs facility.
Herbs. Yes.
Yeah, you have herbs facility. Leaves, birds, even these birds. All what you're going to hear is the birds talking to you. Not cars, not all these things, not pollutions. You can go to the river.
Even trees blows, dance, move from left to right.
Thank you, those winds.
The winds blows.
You have some places in the village you can go and drink natural water.
Stream.
You can drink natural water.
Yeah, the beach.
The beaches. So to me, I would say the village is more important than the city.
Yeah, very important.
I rather prefer to live in the village than live in the city. To me, I don't know about you, but to me, I rather prefer to live in the village. I wasn't born in the village, to be honest. I was born in the city, but I just grown up to be realized that the village is more important than the city. That's my opinion.
So if somebody asks you now, I'm trying to be the devil's advocate. Why are you in the city now?
Well, that's a good question. Basically, my mom was born in the village.
Okay.
Right? My mom came from the village to the city. And I was born in the city.
Okay.
But back in the days when I was in Africa, I used to go to the villages once in a lifetime. Okay. And come back to the city.
You would prefer the village life, just that.
So
you are born into the city.
Thank you. So go into the village and see what life is, and coming to abroad and try to equation of the life. I balance it. I think for me, if I have money, I'm a rich man. I rather prefer to live in the village than live in the city.
More peaceful.
Because I can have a paradise in the village, but I cannot have a paradise in the city.
You are limited.
Thank you.
You are limited. Yeah. You are so right on that, JC. According to a pastor, this is a comment from somebody, Fred Osawaro. According to a pastor, fasting and prayer is the reason coronavirus is not so much in Africa. Hi, child. So fasting and prayer.
I wish we can call that guy, man. I can't say nothing about on his behalf. I don't know.
Hey, no, it's from France.
It's from France.
It's from France.
Yeah. He should come up. He should say something.
Fasting and prayer is the reason coronavirus is not. The pastor said, most of their preaching that because Africans are praying, fasting about corona, that's why it's not coming. Can you see? Can you see?
So what would the Muslim people say about it?
The Muslim, exactly. Or people that are not Christians, that are not been praying.
Oh.
So it's only so which means it's the Christians that is saving.
I wish we can have a call from him because I can't talk on his behalf. I don't know what he's thinking.
Yeah,
maybe he wants to say something more than what he's just written.
Maybe let's put your number down. You can call this, or maybe next time.
Next time.
Yeah. Please, how true is this? He said, how true is this, Mr. Sawaro? Definitely. Listen. The American people are saying there's rumor that the America created the virus, China created the virus. God, they also say that God is the one that created the virus.
No, I would dispute that. Excuse me. I would dispute that God created the virus. Exactly. God did not create no virus. I dispute that. the virus. Listen, God is a very intelligent person.
Preach.
God don't put nothing bad in this world. It's we, the human beings, that make it bad. I'm not a Muslim. I'm not a Christian. I'm not a Rasta. I believe in God, and I believe in my African spirit.
Yeah.
God did not put nothing bad in this world. We are the causes to our own problem. We have to solve our problem. Don't put God in this.
It's not God.
It's not God. No, it's not.
And, you know, I dispute that too. That God is the one that there's a God way of punishing us. You know?
If God wants to do it, He's not going to do it in China, in America. He's going to do it in the whole world.
Hey, why picking countries?
Why picking countries? Why?
God
don't like ugly.
So they say. So you is this? Are they say that God is very upset with
certain set of people
or race or race?
No.
So why is it?
No.
Why did it drop it in one place and not in the other place?
Right, yeah.
Some countries are yet to have it.
Yes,
now some countries they're claiming that some countries don't want to release it, but they don't have it.
But do you know that some countries will never have it?
Yes. So some countries that don't have it now, they are saying, oh, they are not reporting it. No, they don't have it.
No, they don't have it.
They don't have it. So are you saying that if God will punish one, leave the other? You understand? So if God is punishing, so
who
is
says
it
that? Who says that? Sorry.
No, you say that some pastors are saying that it's God's way of punishing.
No, the pastors are wrong, man.
You know? Please,
these pastors
and
you are
please let
referring
you
to,
guys talk
me,
about it, but I think he's absolutely, the pastor is absolutely wrong, they say, you know?
Yeah, it's absolutely
yes,
wrong.
So audience, as you are following, if there's any comments you want to make now or maybe later, we would revert back to you.
Because we're going to come back here.
We're going to come back.
We're going to talk about this village and the city.
Village and the city.
It's all about a subject that involves in everything.
You know, city is very important, but village is more important. It's better than village. So whether somebody comes from the village, this undermining the fact that somebody just arrived from the village and thinking that, oh, they don't speak here, they've got this accent, or they are behaving Jew, they are villagers. You know, we need to kind of find a way to stop that, because the fact that you're in the city doesn't make you better than a person that, because it's just two different cities, for God's sake. It's just two different cities.
Can I say something?
Whether you call it village or you call it rural area or you call it suburb area, you know, and then you call it one city, it's just a name difference.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Do you know in Africa,
sorry to cut you before this one escaped. Do you know that so when people come from the city, to the villagers look at them like, what kind of behavior is this? So, you know, they also don't like it. They also talk down on the city.
Instead of a vice versa.
Yeah, so be like,
that's what I'm saying.
Look at this Americana. Look at this city. They don't have sense.
Thank you.
You know, they say they don't have sense.
And then
look how they behave.
And then when you came,
because they believe that you've gone to the city and lost your true self.
Thank you. You know, in the place where you be supposed to be.
Your habitat,
everything is lost.
Everything is
Who
lost.
are you?
Who are you now? You've gone to the
Excuse
city
me.
And you lost your true identity.
Your true identity.
So
and then when you come from the village, you go to the city. The city people looked at you on a low level, but guess what? Inside, they're scared of you.
Who is scared of who?
The city people are scared of the village people.
Yeah.
Inside,
they are scared. You know. I agree with you on that. You know what my daughter was telling me when she said that people. Do you know actually that the people that come from Africa, the student that came, that their parents brought them to study, they are smarter. There's this story. You know, there's this guy called Damilona. I think the boy. You know, it's iconic. He died. He was killed. Yes.
Oh yeah, in Pekka. Damilola. Yeah.
That boy came from the village. He was bullied. You know, that guy was smart. He was too smart that they hated on him. He had accent. He
got stabbed.
Yes. Just at I think around their estate.
Yeah.
You know.
That was maybe 5-6 years ago.
What you said is right. There's this. No. It's longer than that. There's this envy. There's this jealousy. There's this thing. When people come from Africa, they are very smart because the system of education in Africa, you don't go into class with calculator.
No.
You don't go with some kind of thing. You go with your brain.
Yeah.
You understand? So when they come they find the system of education very easy. So they tend to be very smart. You understand? You see the Chinese people, when they come to, they're very smart. So what you said, that there's this inside them. They are envious to the point where they're jealous. They
to be honest with you, to be honest with you, we that born in the city, we are somehow jealous of the people that we are born and raised up in the village. Let's be honest.
That is a confession. So if you are in the village right now, the people in the city,
of the people
they are scared and envious of you guys that are in the village. Because in the village you have it all. You are real. You are not fake. You eat natural food, organic food. You are not the trees and the plants are cleaning your air. We in the city, listen, we are envious. We wish you could be there. But unfortunately, life has dragged us to where we. So if you are in the village, don't think that.
Villagers people. Whoa. Come on.
So don't think that, let me run to where it's better. Listen, what the city people will not tell you is that they are very envious of the life. Because we always say it here in diaspora. We always say, village, they have organic food. Here we eat chemical. Chicken we eat is preserved, is chemical. We eat meat, is chemical. Vegetable is everything is chemical.
Well,
we are so envious of you
How many
guys.
people that in the diaspora that goes back home, go to the city, and then they tell you that I'm going to the village? How do they feel? What is the atmosphere they feel that when they say that they are going to the village?
From diaspora, go to the village.
Yeah.
Exactly.
How do you feel?
You feel real. You feel.
How do you feel?
Who I am.
So why are we being fake that putting the villages down?
How? That's the question we want you guys to answer. And that is why we're trying to bring this topic to you guys, to please drop this stereotyping, drop this bullying that the village, people from the village are not literate, that they are this, they are that. Listen, let's face it. If we're to, life were to be different, I think most of you guys will prefer village. Village does not mean village is a bad place.
Nah.
Village for me means authenticity.
Yeah.
Village for me means originality.
Adam and Eve, not to the village they come on.
God, Adam and Eve. In the garden of
the garden. Where is the garden now? The garden
so
is
it's not
a
city now.
No.
It's where there's plant, flowers, trees everywhere. Yeah? It's in a garden. So for me, village means authenticity. Village means, being in the village means originality, being your true self, being organic.
Yeah.
That is what village is. Village, the word village does not mean negative but positive.
Yeah.
Let's begin to look at village as a positive word instead of a negative word. It means your authenticity. It means your originality. It means you are real. It means you are lucky because you probably live longer than the city people. You know a lot of people that live in the city, my dear. Yeah, they suffer from joint pain, rheumatism, and everything, all these things. But when they go to village, travel to Africa, yeah, the weather heals them.
You know, yeah. Ada, let me just say this again, yeah. When you are in the city, right? Say you are in the city, you got medical issues. Doctor tried everything, they cannot get you to what you're supposed to be cured. What is your last result?
Exactly. It's the herbs. Abi? Yeah. It's going back to nature. Let's take this one last comment from Mr. Fred Osawara. You've been a good contributor to today's topic. We really do appreciate you. And for those of you who have joined us, and those who will be joining later on, we want to thank you, and also to let
Fred
you know
is amazing, man. Fred is a nice.
Sorry, once in a while we'll be coming up and continue to join me on Tina Talk Show.
We need comments, man. We need comments, to be honest.
Yes,
Fred, you are amazing, man.
Yeah, what did you say?
Fred said we should be sincere to ourselves. So many heartless and unforgetting minds are even sick without being infected with coronavirus.
Yeah, exactly.
This guy is amazing, man.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, we should be sincere to ourselves. So many heartless and unforgiving minds are even sick. You understand? So it's not only it's not only coronavirus that we should be mindful of. We should be mindful of our evil mind.
Hold on. You see what you said?
Unforgiven
You
heart.
see what you said? Remember when I said to you earlier on that it's not just coronavirus. There is something gonna comes up.
Yeah.
In the next 50 to 100 years, the whole of Europe and America is gonna be no cure for certain viruses. Africa is gonna be the safest place
To be Toronto.
Toronto. That's why they try to.
That's a great prophecy.
That's why they try to depopulate ourselves so that they can go there and be there. So if we don't look after our villages, then we can go there and we crime them. That's where they're gonna go. Because these white people they're not gonna stay in the city. They're gonna go to the villages and stay there. So what my brother is saying is we have to think. This coronavirus is something that they knew about.
Yeah, before now.
But it's just because it wasn't affecting black people that much.
Unfortunately,
they don't voice it out.
Yeah. So it's because it's now affecting them.
Brother, thank you, man.
So it's because it's now affecting them. That is why they're not talking about it.
They're talking about it. Because when you look, when you check about this disinfectant years ago,
it's been there. Corona.
It's been there. Corona has been there.
When it's affecting us, they didn't talk about it. But now it's affecting them. The whole world now screaming and shouting. Everybody's running away from it. You know.
We just have to wake up as an Africans. We have to. We have to look after our villages, and we have to make sure our villages is the safest place to stay, not the city. Trust me.
So what Fred Osawaro, I just added this audience, and I want you to pick on this one because it's for me it's very important and a good advice. Yes, we are running away. I mean, coronavirus has come like a big shock, like the terror right now. But you see, unforgiving heart, can also make you to be sick. Okay, unforgiving heart, mind can make you to be sick. You can be affected because when your heart is not in one place, it can become very ill. You understand? It can become sickness. Yes, coronavirus is now what we are talking about. But what about the virus of the negative mind? How about depression, anxiety, frustration, high blood pressure? Okay. What is causing all these things?
In contrast to that, what I would say is sometimes some people don't even have the coronavirus. Provocations of something else can develop it. Exactly. Because sometimes it's like it's not the word you say, it's how you say it.
Yeah.
And then it's all about we have to encourage ourselves instead of we trying to provoke ourselves. But the way it's going on right now with this coronavirus, in our black community or in the world community, but I would say it's more provocation than curing it.
Yeah, exactly. They are more because if you look at it now, they even say people should isolate themselves. It's not about the cure now. It's about the alarm.
It's about the alarm, the provocation,
provoking it, making it like
making it like it's coming to you. It's next door. It's in a window.
It's not how to cure it. How to cure it. Yeah, wash your hand. Wash your hand. Wash your hand is not curing it.
No.
It's prevention. It's a prevention method.
I was at the.
It's not a cure.
Yesterday. I was going to work in the morning, and then I was on the escalator in those Canada Water.
Yeah.
The escalator. I was going down. I put my hands in my pocket.
Yeah.
And then this girl was in front of me. She's a black girl.
Yeah.
And then she wanna touch the escalator. I said, "Boy, don't do that." And then she turned around and she said, "Ah!" And then because everybody touched it, isn't it? The escalator. Everybody, there's always what is it called? A sign that says, "Hold on to the rail."
Yeah, exactly.
So I was like. I was going down this.
Yeah, and then she was touching.
And then I said, "Oh, don't touch it." She was like, "Oh."
You see,
it's all about provocation. I try to provoke it.
Yeah, you provoke it. Everybody's provoking it.
Everybody's provoking it.
Even when you are in public transport and you see somebody cover their face, they are provoking you.
Provoking
to take precautions. And now look at what they are doing. I was telling someone this morning, I said, when they say people should start isolating themselves, it's another way of saying, go and isolate yourself and die there. Yes. You can't call the hospital. You can't call GP, general practitioner anymore. Because they'll tell you, if you feel, they'll know what they do, they'll send you the link. For you to check if you have the virus. If you have it, isolate yourself for the next 14 days, or 7 days. Right? Yeah, now what is that? That is that provocation. It's not cure.
No, it's not cure.
It's not cure.
It's not. Because what they're trying to say is, when you call them, you have to make sure you are by yourself, and then they will give you all this what you're saying, the link and whatever, and then
someone was describing what the doctors tend to do. It's like they are talking.
But remember, there's
I said, here, take it.
There's what is it called? Chelsea player. What is it called again? Oh, I forgot his. There's a Chelsea player who got infected about 2 days ago, and now he's been cured. He's okay. He's a black guy. Melanin.
Our gene.
Black people. Yo.
It's been cured.
You know what? What goes around comes around. If you keep giving us something that it's not us, sometimes we're just gonna lay back.
Our body will fight back, isn't it?
It's gonna fight back.
Audience, thank you so much. You see, we just decided I have my special guest with me. I said, no, there's no way he will step into Tina Talk Show studio and not bring him to you people. This is JC Magat, the boss of Congo Sasa. He'll be coming up very soon. He's gone on a break for some time, but he's gonna hit your screen very, very soon. Definitely. So I decided to bring him on to you guys, to the screen, so that we can look at this issue, because we're discussing about it, why he visited me, and I said, you know what, I think we should push that button and go on Facebook Live and talk about the city life
and the village life.
So if you have just joined us, I would encourage you to wind back and in your own time just put it on and just listen as we rant about this topic.
We watch party.
And if you think it's very interactive, if you think
village
it's very
life
important,
versus city life, it's gonna be the next one.
Video. And I think we should come on once in a while.
We just want to say thank you to Fred.
Yeah.
Fred has been amazing, man. Fred, thank you very much, my brother. You've been amazing. This show, we're gonna keep this show village versus city life, and we want you to come up with us.
Yeah, maybe next time you call in.
We need your call,
next time you call in.
You're amazing, my brother. You're so sweet, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate you.
We really do appreciate you. Thank you so much for those of you who have joined and those who will be joining. Until next time on Tina Talk Show, it's me again, your host, Adamwachku, with my co-host today. Actually, it's my co-host today, JC Magat.
Thank you. Yo.
Yeah.
Yo. Bless, yeah. Bless.